Hey everybody. So the other day I assembled one of these IKEA um, chest of drawers there. So do a few little highlights and things. Maybe if you're doing the same thing or something similar, this could find the video helpful. But anyway, this comes in two boxes, and first thing, if you've got the room, is to just unbox everything and just kind of lay it out. Maybe put the like-minded pieces together and things like that. List of tools here. That's you may or may not need all of those. Yeah, it is easier with two people if you're gonna assemble it there. I did it basically all by myself, but would be helpful with two people. But there's one thing that's kind of helpful with the way they kind of their assembly process is everything is kind of bagged up in little bags, so all the pieces are, with each step you would just kind of follow along. So there's basically four bags of bits there. One's not numbered, but you got the other three there, and so it kind of makes it easy. So basically it's just you want to follow around with each step and look at each piece carefully. There's going to be holes on one end, or like a notch, or different holes on so if you just study the pictures carefully and kind of line it up from there, it's not too bad. But basically that's the way all the IKEA assembly stuff is you just kind of follow along. Use my little cordless $9.99 Harbor Freight drill, or little drill driver, which worked really perfectly for this little project. But just drilling in the little, or screwing in the little studs. So that's kind of the first step. You get the studs, and then there's a bunch of these little dowel pins that you'll drive those into the little holes. And that kind of just helps you line everything up while you're attaching it. And then you've got these, the little studs there that thread in. The little knob pokes out there, and then you have the little plastic piece that you'll kind of attaches everything together. And there's a little opening there at the arrow, so you'll put the arrow end straight over the little knob, facing towards the side there, and then just give it a 180-degree twist with your flathead screwdriver. You'll be doing those quite a bit. That's a pretty common step on these. So some little foot pads you'll put in. These are the little hinges, or not the hinges, but the rails that the drawers sit on. So you'll attach those first, and they're stamped left and right. So just make sure you kind of have an idea which side's left and right, and just follow the directions. Look at all the little holes and all the markings and everything, and it's pretty straightforward. Nothing too overly complicated there. There's these are basically just the little slider, the bottom portions there where the drawers, there's a slider that attach to the drawers, and then they just slip right into here, and it's kind of a little roller system. But anyway, got all those in, and then we got the next step was to put the we're doing the cross pieces there. And this is, again, you just want to study the drawings. There's one piece. This goes in the back on the bottom, so it's the only piece that's unpainted or anything there. So just study carefully the holes and such. And I accidentally did get one of these wrong, put it in backwards, and so I had to go back later and redo it. But it's really it's pretty straightforward. There's holes on one end where you attach the little plastic piece that rotates down on the knob there. So just kind of do it in order of the little directions, and it's pretty easy there. So basically once you get those sections, you put the other side piece on top, and then you just cinch it down like I've got here. And if you look at that piece right there, that's the piece I got on backwards. It should have been flipped over basically 180 degrees, where the little attachment hole is facing the inside, but I corrected it later. Once you get all those pieces down, you'll put the top. So it's, you know, kind of the same thing. You just thread the little studs in with the knobs and then cinch it down with the plastic piece. These are a couple 4mm bolts, so I just use my drill driver to get them in most of the way, and then they give you a little hex key there, and I finished it off with that. Brought my little Harbor Freight 58 piece kit there, so I did a little review on that. I'll put a link to that as well. But so basically you'll attach the top there with your little drive cam connectors, and then there's a piece here for the back that's kind of a thinner, kind of almost like cardboard, but it's kind of a thin board that folds out. The lip kind of slips underneath the top there, and then you'll hammer it along the edges, and then on the bottom I put way more nails on the sides than the bottom just because there wasn't really much support to hammer those in there. So I think I put a couple, maybe 2 or 3 on the bottom, and then most of them on the sides. But started off on all corners, and then one in the middle on the side, and then just kind of filled it in through there, keep it all even. So that's what the back ended up looking like. And so you got this strap piece here, and this is for your tape measure and the drill and all that, and this is basically just to attach the drawers to a wall. You know, if there's small kids around, or if all the drawers are open, you know, you don't want it to tip over on somebody. So basically I put this together for a wife's friend of mine, and she didn't have any kids or anything, and there wasn't going to be any small children around, so I just bypassed that step. So anyway, the drawers themselves, basically kind of the same thing. You got your dowel pins and your little cam lock things. Had one helper there for a little while. So anyway, the 2 of the drawers are exactly the same, and then one of them is a little bit, I guess, taller. Dimension-wise, it's the same width and length. It's just a little taller, I guess, a little deeper, the bottom drawer. So other than that, they basically all 3 went together the same. These ones, there's a little plastic push pin kind of thing, and I could almost get them just by hand, but you know, it's easier just to kind of tap them in there with the hammer. So you know, it kind of keeps it together, but it also adds as like maybe a slide, I guess, in some ways. Then the little roller track there that you'll put on the drawer, there's a lip where it just attaches to the bottom, and you know, all the holes are pre-drilled, so it's pretty you know, again, it's pretty straightforward. I think these actually have a left and right on them as well. So then on the base of the drawer, you got this piece here that you'll start the screw in on the bottom, get it just to a certain height where you can just get the thing over, and then you flip it around 180 degrees, and then it screws down to the top there. So basically the same on all 3 knobs. Pretty easy to put in, pretty straightforward. And then just your drawers there, you got that little roller, and it's going to go just above the roller there on the, you know, kind of, you can see the little guide just goes up, down, and through there. So this is something that took me a couple tries to get it dialed in, but the drawers are going to end up where they fit basically flush with the sides and such of the, you know, or the front panel there. So first couple times they were kind of butting up against one side or the other, but yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you found the video helpful, and I'm sure it's, compared to other IKEA stuff, it's very similar. So anyways, yeah, go ahead. Thanks for watching.